Hey, man. Fuck, dude. I'm a little nervous. It's been a long time, man. I'm actually recording in a week, but we talked about this for some time. This is my friend, Josh Cintron. We served together. I'm still getting used to things. But yeah, we served together for a while. Last time I saw you was like literally next month. I did the math earlier. Been 5 years.
Yeah.
Starting next month.
Yeah, because that's when you...
How you doing, bro?
Oh, my God. It's crazy to be here, to see you like this, to see what you're doing. It's weird because I see myself talking about the military a lot, and then it's like I forget where I am sometimes. Like, it's like a limbo. It's like I feel there mentally, responsibly, the way I conduct myself in my business.
Yeah, man. So you're doing a lot of business now, huh?
That's all.
Well, I remember when I first got out, you were doing school.
Yeah.
Right.
I started, I think...
Full Sail.
Yeah, I started Full Sail 5 years ago. That's when I started my bachelor's program. And that was like my... It's funny because I actually started Full Sail trying to start a TV show.
Tell me about that. What happened there?
It's an animated show, so I was like, I don't know how to draw for shit.
Oh,
I
dude.
I could curse, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started a TV show. I didn't know how to draw for shit, so I was like, yo, let me see, like, maybe I can learn how to draw. Like, I always like to challenge myself, put myself in places that I've never, I don't have skills in. And so I called the school, and they were just like, hey, I called for the wrong program, thinking it was for, like, television.
Yeah. Okay, so you called for... So they thought you were doing, like, television production type stuff.
No, I thought I was going to sign up for...
television production?
Cartooning, making cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
But I actually called for digital art and design, which is the business side of, like, branding. So it's like branding, making flyers, making logos.
Oh, so they hooked you in thinking you were doing one thing, and they put you through the other thing. Did you end up going through the whole thing?
I got my degree in digital art. I got my bachelor's.
But you're more, like, now your skill set's more the business side.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
but originally you wanted to be the artistic side. Damn.
Yeah, so it was so funny. And then I'm like, so I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? Like, I learned photography. I learned how to, make logos. I did have to draw, but it was, like, minimal stuff. Like, I'm, like... Like I had to draw like a skull. Like I had to just draw like the 2D version of it.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm here. It's I'm learning something different. I'm still drawing. I was like, if anything, I'm more of a business person. I was like, I'll just build the business of my show.
Yeah.
And later years down the road, when I started my master's in Full Sail, I actually built the structure of my show.
Dude, you're working at the Masters right now, or you got
it? I finished.
Bro, congrats, man.
Thank you.
That's dope. I didn't think you had a Masters, bro. I mean, even so, it's a bachelor's still impressive from Full Sail. That's cool.
20 months. They do a 20-month program.
For the bachelor's?
For the bachelor's, and then a 12-month program for the master's.
But you have to do it like back to back, or no?
I didn't have to, but I did.
Okay.
That Marine in me with that dog with
me. You're like, get it done now. Let's go.
The only thing I could say right now is... when I did my master's, it was right during, like, when COVID struck. Mm-hmm. So it was like, COVID hits, I'm doing my master's, I'm getting into it, like, I'm going to classes, and then they're like, oh, you're not allowed to go to class anymore. So now I'm, like, at home, online, doing all these online classes, and I'm, like, falling asleep.
It's not the same, bro.
It's not.
Dude, because I remember during the pandemic, they made me go home to do classes, dude, and even, like, literally this past month, because I've still been in school, because I've been stretching out that GI Bill, too.
Yeah,
I mean, you're stupid if you don't use it, you know what I'm saying?
I was like, fuck school, and then they're like, you get paid. I was like, I love school.
Yeah, school's not that bad. All of a sudden, it's, like, not that hard either.
Honestly, it was fun. It
school's
good.
not that bad, man, especially, like, if it's out of the federal government's pocket, bro. It's even better. School's, like, super, like, enjoyable when you're not paying for it. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%.
So yeah, I took full advantage. I mean, we do 4 years in the military. We get 4-year ride in school. Basically, is what it is. It's a trade off. 36 months of school. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, dude, it's just hard not. I mean, there's people out there, bro, like us that served their little bit of time or whatever, a whole bunch of time or whatever, dude, and they just don't use those benefits. And I get it, man. Like,
I think it's a stubborn thing.
It could be, or some people are just, they live that lifestyle and they convince themselves, I'm not a college person or all that.
Yeah.
Dude, neither was I, dude. Like, college isn't hard, bro. Like, if you just literally show up, dude, just show up and check the boxes off, bro, like, that's it, bro. It's really kind of... Like, same thing with the military, bro. As long as you showed up, you could be a shipbird and still get by. You know what I'm saying?
You of all people, know my shipbirdness.
I'm not calling names out, bro.
I was the shipbird, just so you guys know.
You were a shitbird, but not always. But, like, in the beginning, you were a shitbird, but, like, everybody's a shitbird in the beginning. Plus, like, you were a funny shitbird in the beginning, dude. Most of you guys were, but you didn't really see. I don't think a lot of people get this interaction after they get out.
The most interesting, and like you, I could say you and my like I guess character development is the most interesting to ever sit back and watch, because it was like I get in and I'm like, I don't know this guy and he hates my guts.
You're talking about me?
Oh yeah, specifically you. I was like, he hates my guts, and then it's like, all right, you're like, 2 years pass. Like now we're like, I'm a little bit more seasoned, and you. I also saw you. You were always the leader, but I also saw you take a step back and also learn how to learn really well. You did that really well, and then I was at the low and I got to a certain point, and then I remember we were doing investments together. We were trying to make money. I was doing that, like, I did some, like, weird...
Oh my, that stupid wheel thing or what? Oh, my God. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, man, I lost $100. Did you end up making a bunch of money?
So that was during Black Friday, like during Thanksgiving, Christmas. I made $1,600 from that.
I lost $100. And you remember Hernandez?
Yes.
The Texas guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I hit him up. I made him jump into it. He lost $100 too.
I bought for 16. I was like, Black Friday. And
I remember you telling me, you're like, dude, it worked, man. I got the money. I was like, all right, man. So I'm gonna try it, dude. But like, I think when you got into it, everybody was so hype about it.
Yeah.
When I got into it, people were starting to like, fuck it, dude.
And the thing is, I was trying to get everybody with my little web. And
get them a little payday.
I was like, come on, guys, let's get paid. But, Marines be spending money like crazy.
See, I don't even know like if viewers would understand what we're talking about.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, it was like you pay into it, and once it makes a certain amount, then I guess the first person who paid into it collects the whole amount.
And then they kind of trickles down until you get in the center, and then you basically continue that cycle going, and people would pay.
Yeah, it's a pyramid. As long as you can continue to get people to drop $100.
And the thing is, it was so funny too, because people were like, "Oh, scam," but then people were getting paid, and then their tone would change. But then the people that were like getting in, like, if they were sending me $100 and they weren't feeling it and they wanted to get out, I was like, just so you know, I'm not like here to screw you over. I was like, here's your 100.
Yeah.
I was already getting paid.
Yeah.
Here's your 100 back. And then they would fuck off, and then I'll bring somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then it was cool.
Yeah.
And it was just something short. Like, I looked at it more as a game, not like, oh, like, let's make this a thing. It
was only like a couple of hours that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quick.
8 hours, I made $1,200.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was so interesting.
It was. I mean, I've lost money in a lot worse ways, so it wasn't that bad.
Oh yeah.
But that was definitely a funny day, man.
And now I feel like that was a moment for you and I, because you were still like,
Were you? Had you just gotten out at that point? Or
no,
were you
I was still in. Because during that time, I think we were doing a lot of Cali trips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were doing a lot of Cali trips, and we already did the deployment. The deployment was said and done. We were doing more Cali trips because I was trying to go for. That's when I felt myself really not wanting to be in the Marine Corps anymore. So I was like, before I give up, I was like, let me see if I can do MARSOC. Mm-hmm. Bro, I was busting my ass.
Did you end up almost hooking up with the contract?
So the thing is, I sat with the MARSOC recruiters because I think they were by the chow hall. So I would, bro. I was so determined. I rucked myself there.
Hell yeah!
I was like, I rucked my ass over there. Like I was doing like 5 a.m. PT with like I was doing the Easter egg, the sandball. Yeah. I was doing that with my sledgehammer, with my full gear,
getting after
swimming.
It.
I would go to the pool. I was swimming. I was busting my ass, and one of the higher ups at the time just kind of diminished my excitement for it.
So from one of the higher ups from LAR, one of the higher ups
LAR.
Really? Somebody I know, probably?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You don't have to drop
You know who you are, you son of a bitch.
So he basically shit on your dreams?
Shit on my dreams, and then to even take it even higher, my score was 10 points under. So when I told MARSOC, this is my goal, they were like, get your score up. And then they even gave me all the resources.
Okay.
So there was a program that basically you take for a month. You study for the ASVAB, and then you take it at the end of the course. And after that, at 10 points, I'm gonna be 90 points over at that point.
Probably.
The thing is, especially during deployment, I had the book, so I'm like I'm studying my ass off, and then I would take the test at the end, and I'm like not doing good, and I'm like, all right, I need assistance. Like, I'm a shitty studier.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are like, oh, just study, buckle down. Like, no,
it's not what it is, man.
There's more to this, So I was like, all right, maybe if I just find that resource to, to just give me that extra boost. Bro, find the class. I'm ready to sign up. They're like, you just need your permission from like your
or
yeah,
LAR or whatever.
So I was like, all right, cool. I submit it, and they're like, oh, we won't be able to do it this month because we're going to Cali.
Oh, so they put it on the back burner and then they never came back to it?
So when I went to California, because they needed me, they put me on guard duty.
Oh, my dude.
For a month, ammo duty, ammo watch, 12 hours on.
So they just said, fuck your dreams, basically.
I said, fuck my dreams, because I was just sat there, and I was, like, sitting there in the desert, fucking off. Like, we would, like, talk on the mic, and just, like, we were just being, like, at that point, like, everybody gave up.
Standing post in 29 Palms isn't, like, standing post, like, in a shit zone. No. It's just like you're chilling. Most time at 29 Palms, you sneak in your phone to post. You're fucking chilling.
I was doing business, so I started.
Doing regular shit. Just living your life.
My entertainment company, like I was already like I was hitting that verge of like mentally giving up. Mm-hmm. So I started an entertainment company out there.
Oh really?
I was doing Latin parties behind.
No shit. So you started that before you even got out?
Yeah.
Because I know you've been doing that for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah.
Since you've been out, but you were doing that out of 29 Palms.
I had a team, and I'm texting them. I'm like, all right, guys, make sure you do this, this, and this.
Yo, that's funny, bro.
And I was in the desert. I was on duty. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, we had like a little canopy we built, and I'm texting in the canopy.
Yeah.
And I'm telling them, like, this is what we need to do. And they were working, and I got paid while I was out there. Bro, there was things that I started doing towards the closer I got out that I was, like, preparing myself to be a civilian.
Damn, dude. See, that's... You know what? That's really good. But like in the military, they don't train you for that.
Oh, absolutely not.
And I'm not going to drop names either. But I've been told, like if you don't re-enlist or something, you're gonna, you're not going to be successful in the civilian world. Like I've been told that multiple times before.
That's
but you ever get told that in the Marine Corps before getting out?
The thing is, I don't want to say I was told that, but that is definitely how that was the demeanor. Yeah. Like they made it seem like it's life. Or
it's like if you're not going to make it here in the military, you're going to go be unsuccessful in this film. And that's what I've been told that multiple times, dude.
But look what you're doing now. So
this is still just the beginning of this. If this builds, cool, great. But hopefully it does.
This is, bro. Like when I saw you do this, for me, I was just like my heart was like full of joy because it was like I've seen you in a lot of different stages, and this is like it looks like an overcoming for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, you put the name is perfect.
Cintron.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's just like to see what you're doing. It's like I like butterfly. Like I watched you like really like come out of your cocoon.
Yeah, man. I remember when it first started coming to me, dude. And it's so ridiculous. It's only been a couple of months since all this, like I haven't done shit over the last week, and I'm learning as I go. So like I'm adapting as I go.
Bro,
so
I
like
walked in, you're watching the podcast.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm always watching podcasts, but I'm learning because like at first I was like, man, I gotta push out a podcast as often as I possibly can. Right. Yeah. So I was coming in here by myself talking about reflecting on things that are going on in the news and stuff, and it's like, you know what, I was forcing myself to do I like what's going on in the news? I mean, do I like to keep up with it? Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. But am I one of those people that is an expert that can talk to you about a lot of this stuff? No. So I'm not going to force this anymore, dude. Like you were available today, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it today. But and then tomorrow someone's available, so we're going to do it, tomorrow. So like,
look at that.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not pushing it anymore, dude.
Other people are pushing it for it because
it's like people want to be a part of it, which is awesome, bro. And I'm totally about it, dude. It's just like at this point, like at first, I was telling you, like I felt like I had to push out shit every day.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not going to feel that way anymore because I don't want it to feel that way. I want to feel like genuine, organic, real, authentic shit. Like
people will receive that well too.
Like we came in today, like we were both nervous. You know what I'm saying?
But
that's
nervous.
fucking real.
I'm still nervous right now.
Real. I mean, we ain't fucking around, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like I don't know how to explain it any other way. It's just like I'm not forcing it anymore, dude. Good. It's just as it comes, and great. And it's here. I keep it closed up in this room. It's here. And when it's time to shoot, it's time to shoot. Dude, I've learned that like this part is fucking 3% fucking putting a podcast together, bro.
I've done music videos. I've like
all post-production, dog. all post-production, bro.
You know what I mean? Like I've sat like because I later on I became a music manager. So I was managing artists. I started managing two at the same time. So like I'm like juggling two different talents.
Yeah.
And what would be easier, they collabed really well. So then I was like, all right, let's do self projects, but then let's also do group projects. So we're sitting there where we did a music video that had to bring a barber chair, and I had to like feed the people, and I had to do all this, you know what I mean? And it was just like, all right, that's just one section. That is the 3%, you know. Then there's the shoot. We have to make sure that we're maintaining a time frame, and then now it's like, all right, that's great, had a good time. Now we just sitting there twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the post production.
Dude, and post-production takes forever.
And it's hard.
Bro, when I never thought about it. Like, when they're talking about filming movies, they're like, oh, we're going to shoot for 3 months, and then we'll be done. And then the movie doesn't come out for like 2 years. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck's takes so long? Because all the work is done in the lab, bro. Yeah. Literally. Everything. Like, that movie don't look that good, bro.
There's just a bunch of people, like, with nothing in their hands, waving.
Yeah, they're pretending there's dragons and shit, bro. Like, all that shit's in the lab, dog. Like, literally. And I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of hours of post-production work. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about, like, a movie. But if I spend an hour in here, dude, guaranteed that's probably going to take about 8 hours post-production.
And that's
just me.
Yeah.
And I'm probably got, like, a month and a half, 2 months of experience using the program. So it's not like I'm completely... oblivious. Like, I'm kind of familiar with it now. You know what I mean? And I'm still using a lot of hours to complete the post-production process. For sure. So it's like, this is the easy part, dude. Yeah. And we still get nervous during the easy part. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the easy part is literally just sitting down and talking.
I definitely, so now that I'm like getting more in the groove of like creating logos and design, you know, just designing stuff. And since, you know, that's in its own expense. Now I can cut that expense for myself. And now that I'm able to do that for like my own events, or if I'm like, people are calling me and they're like, hey, like, I need you to come in and manage and build something, I'm able to save the expense on that and then create my own content, which is pretty great. And then I'll, oh man, I'm losing focus. You walked away. I'm sorry.
I just want to make sure we're still good.
Yeah. But get into the groove of like design work. So now that it's like, I'll be sitting there listening to my music. You know, I'm dancing. Sorry. And I'm working on my laptop, and I get into this zone. I remember one time I was like in such a mentally high, like my spirit was at its highest. My doors were open. You know, the wind was going. Like, I was in nature, bro. I always find this so funny. I was in such a good space while I'm in the workspace. I got emotional.
Yeah.
And the music was bumping, like, bro. I'm like working on a logo, you know what I'm saying? And I like genuinely, like, I felt it, and I was like, you know, I love this, you know what I mean? And it's like, I now know where I thrive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whether it's in the process of building something or in the process of watching what I built, you know, flourish.
Yeah.
You know,
and analyzing it, because watch what you build, and then see how like people respond to it, and then going from there. But I also, like, I understand that, analyzing your analytical stuff or whatever. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I try not to get too fixated on that, because I don't want it to become something generated based off of what other people like. I get it. It's for them. For sure. But if it's not making me happy, then what the fuck's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
honest, 100%. And I find myself, I get into, I don't want to say fights, but I lose a lot of business because my passions are very, like, I'm very intense.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, that may be the Marine Corps in me, that may be the New Yorker in me, that may be the
combination,
you know, of everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I find myself being so willing to want to just do the things that I love to do, but building it in a way that people can enjoy it. We can all enjoy it in a circle. Yeah. And this alone, what you're building, for me is like, it's that. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, I could say, like, I've been trying to run away from the military, like that mindset, like oh, I didn't like it, so like I don't want to live that mindset anymore. But then to see you do this, it's like, it's almost like you built a home for, like, a safe place.
Yeah, I understand that. I think I feel that. Yeah, yeah, dude. Military. I think I really for a long time. I've only been out like coming up on 5. Literally, like, we ran into each other the day after I got out.
Yeah,
and that was literally a month. From about a week from now, a month from so 5 weeks from now, it'd have been 5 years since last time we saw each other. It's 5 years since I got out. That's as well. I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that. What the fuck was that?
You said that 5 years that you got out. Oh, that basically that you've created a safe place.
Oh yeah. So yeah, dude. Like, and at first, when I first started building this shit, like, it really just started with these fucking desks, bro. And I ordered one microphone, and I was like, all right, let's start with that, dude. And then I was like, the desks are cool, but I got to cover up these cubbies. So I got
see a bunch of legs, and
then I just started adding to it. Like, these I built for my ex like years and years ago.
Yeah.
She she left them behind. So, all right, repurpose.
Hell yeah.
And then, like, this was the first background I got, and then I was like, I want more angles, so I got other backdrops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I was like, I want light in the background, so I got these ones, and now I got these other lights in the background.
You created
it pops the back out, dude. like I'm learning because a lot of these podcasters, man, they create depth in their little studios.
Yeah.
Like if we look like we're on the same, and this probably doesn't mean a lot to people listening, but but it's been my life for like the last month and a half. But like, you don't want to be on the same plane as your background. You want there to be some depth. So like lights provide that depth. You know what I'm saying? So like that's something I learned too. It's just like mad shit I'm learning. But either way, dude, I don't want to go too long, but let's talk some turkey, bro. All right, dude. We're a little bit loosey goosey, a little bit more now.
I definitely feel more comfortable for sure.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. Let's talk some military. I mean, it's been a long time for both of us. And we should touch on military. That's how we met, right?
Honestly, yeah. I think that I would like to kind of like dress it up in that like where we met to like now where we are. You know, I definitely feel like that first day was you. You were the face of my first day.
Yeah. So I was the face of your first day, and I remember a very scary person on the face of my first day, or on the first face of my first, whatever. Yeah. But I think that's just the territory, bro. I mean, was I really that kind of person to you guys? Yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, who were you?
Yeah. So I was a regular dude, like all of us, but like the way I was trained to train people, the way I was trained was you need to fear for your fucking life in order to be professional and proficient at what you're doing. Is that so true nowadays? I look back and, dude, it's like, honestly, like, I think there could have been a lot better ways of training you guys. Instead of putting the fear of God into you, which helped, I guess, like, raise stress levels. Yeah. And when you raise stress levels, people tend to remember more. I learned that through military as well. But then I started to kind of organize myself. Like, I don't know, like, when you first hit the fleet, I was probably more like I think before you hit the fleet, I think I was more of a fire breather. And then when you hit the fleet, I think I was a little less. But I was learning how to organize it. So like, okay, so I'm going to breathe fire when they don't listen to me.
Yeah.
Because then I need to raise their stress levels because they didn't catch it the first time. Of course. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I remember walking in I don't want to say I was arrogant, but I was.
No, everybody's a little bit arrogant. I was arrogant when I hit the fleet.
I walked in, shutting my stuff, and you were like, you know who I am? And I was like,
no, I didn't. Did I say that shit?
You're like, you know
Such
what?
a fucking asshole I was, dude.
And I was like, no. And then I remember I closed the door in your face, and that was it.
Oh, yeah. It probably didn't work out too well.
That was it for me. I drew the target on my back.
Dude, I feel like we could talk about this forever, bro. Let's do this, man. Let's shut it down and see how we feel in like an hour, maybe do a part 2, but I don't want these to stop recording for us.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll hit the batteries up again. Okay. And if we feel good, I don't know if you're busy tonight or whatever. We'll see what's going on.
You got me for the day, man.
All right. Then maybe we'll do a part 2 here a little bit.
Let's do it.
So
sounds good.
That was pretty good.